Good morning, traders. Today is Monday. It is the 15th of September, 2025. I'm your host, Jason Allen. Thanks for attending today's Traders Daily Discipline. I love doing these every morning, and I've been getting some great feedback from my regular listeners and attendees. So keep those cards and letters coming. Those of you that send hate mail, I haven't seen you guys in a little bit. So feel free to shoot some of that at me too. I always love comments and criticism because comments help build the positives. Criticism helps expose weaknesses. And between the two, you're usually able to make better progress. So if you happen to be one of those guys that say, hey, look, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this, I don't like that, and you think there's something wrong with my broadcasts or I could do a better job somehow if I change something, feel free to let me know. So, that being said, let's get to work today. Here is our quote to get us started. This isn't good or bad, just the way of things. Nothing stays the same. And that's a quote from Gordon Atkinson, who's a retired Baptist preacher, is a writer, and has a couple of blogs on the internet. He's now a man of advanced youth like myself. But I think what Gordon was trying to tell us here is something that has been common knowledge to mystics and people who have a high sensitivity to the bigger picture, I'd like to say. And that is this, is that what makes something good or bad is the intention of the heart of the person who's doing it or using it, whatever the it is. What we have happening around us in the markets isn't good or bad. It's not bullish or bearish. It just is. It's just the way of things. Prices are going to change. We know that. And they're never going to stay the same. And it doesn't matter what you think or believe or think you think or believe. Nothing that you value today is going to be there in a year. You may find that your life, once you become a net winning trader and stay there, you may find that your life is nothing but a constant source of change. It's always changing. Nothing stays the same. Nothing. I mean, it the minute that we as individuals, just as us living our lives, the instant we try to enforce permanence on something, we instigate a change that will come out of nowhere when you least expect it and you have no control over it. Now, why do people fight change? What is it about a constant state of change that is uncomfortable for people? Well, people, for some reason, the human psyche wants a sense of permanence so that it can feel anchored or grounded. It's difficult to not know something before participating in something. But that's the way the whole environment is structured. What we do when we trade, it's not go long, go short. What we're really doing is we're participating in an endless dance with other people who don't know how to dance. And we're doing that all day, every day. The marketplace is a constant state of change. There is nothing about it that is constant and that never will be. So, how do we profit from what appears to be a state of chaos? Well, the way you profit from it is by understanding that you don't know how to trade. You've never known how to trade, and you never will know how to trade because things are in a constant state of change. Nothing is ever going to stay the same. What worked for you last week may not work this week or ever again in your entire life. So how do you make money? You make money by knowing that you don't know how to make money. You have to play the game as best you can, but there's no other way to play it. There's nothing you can do to add to it or to subtract from it. You have to play it with the tools that you have, which are what? Nothing. They're always changing. Can you make money in an environment like that? Absolutely, you can. Well, how do you do that? By going long. If that doesn't work, get out and go short. If that doesn't work, get out, go long. If that doesn't work, get out, go short. If that starts working, stay with it until it pays for all your losses. It's that simple. You play. That's how you play the game. You dance however you want to dance. Look like the craziest person out there. When the music stops, stop dancing. When you're tired, stop dancing. When you need to rest, take a rest, then go back to dance. But your rules and reasons for participating aren't any better than anybody else's. In most cases, they're worse than the simplest ones. And all you need to do is play the game. Quit trying to figure this out. There's nothing to figure out. This isn't good or bad. It's not up or down. It's not left or right. It's not bullish or bearish. It's just the way of things. Money comes into the markets and money goes out of the markets. Some people put it in and leave it in. Some people take it back out and keep taking it out. You want to be that guy, right? Nothing stays the same. Quit looking for permanence. Stop looking for consistency in that way. Consistency with your efforts is one thing. Consistency with your results, that's a little unusual and unrealistic to accept that. Unless you're that consistent with your behavior. Most people think they're consistent, but they're really not, and they're unwilling to look at that part of their lives. So don't be that guy either. So I guess what I'm trying to say is we all make this harder than it needs to be because we're looking for a sense of permanence. We're looking for something called confirmation. All these things that say, yeah, we're doing the right thing. It's going to work this time. I know it will. I've done my homework. It's going to work now. None of that matters. It never will matter. You're better served by just simply being at peace. Ask yourself what's more likely and go that way. If that works, great. If it doesn't, get out. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. Tomorrow's another day. In between now and the way you feel about your loss today, you'll get another opportunity and it will change because nothing stays the same and you'll have another shot. So stop worrying about what happens today. Just play the game. Dance like no one's watching. That's an easier way. Guys, have a great day. I'll see you on Tuesday. In between now and then, keep those cards and letters coming. Thanks.